Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, let's talk about it. So much has been popping off within these shows, and Sword Art is none the different with its pop off this week. I really did not expect to see the green haired character get any real type of courage. I mean, I'm glad he did, and regardless of what we kind of see of, like what he brings to the table, I think it's powerful that Kimito is so like animate to still try to fight, still try to protect, even in the situation that he's in. And not only did that kind of put into perspective how not so much dire the situation was, but just how easy it was to see that if you're not going to step up, then who will? And if you're really not going to step up, people will die because of this choice you make. So I thought that was actually pretty intense of just jumping to right into it, like, hey, not only did you leave, people that were waiting for your command to get bopped, you also are now in another position where you gotta protect a man in a wheelchair who can't even lift a finger or talk, and you also need to protect these two girls. So to think that he was pretty much gonna wait it out until it got handled by itself was pretty like characteristic of him. Like that's seemingly what he's been doing all of his life. So why wouldn't he do that? That's how you gotten by. That's how you lived all this time. So it really was giving off the feeling that he was about to just dip and abandon. Which I wouldn't have been surprised. That's kind of what I was expecting. Like Sword Art's been a show to cater to these people who usually man up, but sometimes they don't man up. Sometimes they go with their gut feeling and they don't feel bad about it. But regardless of that, we're looking at quite an interesting story with how now Alice is feeling pretty bad about, even taking the lives of people and are not so much taking the life of humans, but she's taking their life energy after they pass away to pretty much uh, conjure up this absolutely disgusting attack. Um, it's just kind of like the difference between her and someone like the guy who's throwing these two blades around. They're just so vastly different when it comes down to actual power that it's kind of laughable. To be fair, she had to have a lot of time to actually let people pass away on the battlefield, and after they did that, it put them in a position to have a lot, have a lot of the life energy going up in the air. Which the reason why all of the the main like leader of the firing squad of the witches was freaking out was all of the deaths from both sides were stacking up, and what that meant was they should all be able to conjure up something stupid strong. And because it wasn't possible, she knew instantly that they were screwed. Um, I like that, and because it was like that, you can feel the pressure, the dire need of like understanding and stuff like that. You can definitely feel it with how Sword Art loves to go in on their characters' animation of their faces and usually their intelligence to such a degree to know something bad will happen if they don't take the right precautions, which it was too late. Our girl was real quick to pull the trigger. So, bye bye. But this kind of puts into perspective just how crazy this whole show is, and why I love it so much at times. There's no real holding back. We literally just saw somebody that, we can say whatever we want about Alice, but when it comes down to not holding back and pulling the trigger, literally, uh, I didn't want to say that. I'm trying not to say that word more. When it comes to, well, I mean, I'm actually using it in a correct term, and I'm not just using it regardless. But anyway, she pulls the trigger, and a whole unit. Not first of all, we were waiting to see what they're gonna do about the air units, which our ice guy really handled that quick and in a hurry. Not only handling it very quick and efficiently, they didn't even get to do anything. These minions showed up just to be bopped and just to prove a point on pretty much how ridiculously strong he is, I'm guessing. Um, Not only that, the red lines looked actually pretty sick this week to see just like where his air slash was at. So we could tell, but the way that the monsters were kind of flying and seemingly just going into it with a reckless abandon, it gave the impression that there was no way of seeing it. And the only reason why Alice probably noticed it is because either A, she's strong enough to have that awareness, and B, she already knew of this attack, so she kind of knew what to look forward to if he was attacking. She might not even have been able to see it, and she just saw that the monsters dropped from the air. She might have just put two and two together as well. So I like that aspect of how this goes off, because if you think about it, they should have had a pretty good understanding what they were flying, or the mages, the people who sent in the people should have had a pretty good idea what they were sending these minions into, but yet they send them into something that we can see clear as day, which must not have been visible for anybody. It was just a art style for the viewers to see it. So I thought that was awesome. I love stuff like that, little details that we get to be kind of a part of and have a little bit of an understanding of, because at the end of the day, they don't have to show us all that. They don't have to really go in depth in showing us what what a time and space thing looks like. They could have just been like, oh yeah, he slashed him up from with this time and space thing, and it was so quick and crazy that we don't have to illustrate it. It's a time and space thing. Like, come on, what does time and space even look like? So I thought it was a really cool part on their side, just to kind of give us any kind of perspective of what had already been in place, what he already had in mind if they all showed up. And it goes to show you just the range and power this man had compared to what he showed back in the fighting hall. So very clear that he was holding back, and I can't wait to see what happens, because the opener song, or the opening credits, have already been kind of shown to be fake, because one of the people that are fighting the guy who did the time space attack thing, he is fighting someone in the music song that is gone already. That's done, and he's in the same guards and everything as he is in this battle. So they clearly were just doing some fill in on the song, which gives me a lot more hope for what the heck could actually happen with his character. I didn't want him to be tied down to one battle, and not only that, one battle was one that doesn't even seem that much powerful than the people who were summoned here as of just recently breaking the gate. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to, seeing what pops off. Um, Now that I'm looking at everything that's kind of coming full circle in this show, uh, it's clear, it's super clear that no matter who or what really starts to befall on our team, we always have Kimito in the wait. So that's kind of the broken part of all this is if they actually do continue to take out all of these numbers that the enemies have, what's really stopping them from winning this war without losing too many people, like, or even losing the big name people, you know? Like, they're literally doing the best they can, and it doesn't look like anything's really gonna stop them from doing this. So I don't know. That's just my opinion with how strong they are. They have used up a lot of their more powerful attacks, so if that's a good reason for them to not be able to, hold their ground and continuously beat up on these oppositions, then we'll see what they can do. But with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely be dropping my hero here soon, so check out for that. Or, you know what? I'm just gonna say I'll be dropping content from now on, because if I try to drop my hero and it doesn't drop, I'll probably drop something else, and then I'm a liar in this video, So expect me to just say I'll be dropping something soon because it just works out better that way, and every single one of my videos can drop whenever they truly feel like I want them to, and that's a lot better feeling than knowing I have to drop something because I already said I was going to drop it. But sorry, I was just speaking out my brain. My brain process, I just spoke it out. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you so much. If you're watching till now, you know you're one of the real ones, and I appreciate you so much, and we'll definitely get these videos out to you very soon. So with all that being said, peace.